Hi everybody! Today on chapter 10 from your workbook grade 1 by ABRSM, we're gonna talk about terms and signs. First topic, dynamics. What are dynamics though? Dynamics is how loud or soft you play the music. So you can go from very soft, pianissimo, to very loud, fortissimo. But how do we represent, how do you write it on the music? You already know, we use letters. But, okay, soft starts with the letter S. And loud starts with the letter L. But you already know that we don't use an English language in classical music. We use the Italian language.
What do you mean?
Then why is that? When notation started to develop, it was mainly the Italian composers that started writing with their own, in their own language, any extra element that was not notation for that at the time. Like for dynamic, they would use then words from their language, from the Italian language, to show the interpreter what he should do there about how loud or soft he should play, for example. So the Italians started writing, for example, the letter P to show here is piano, piano, which means quiet. Forte means loud. MF, mezzo forte, in the middle between piano and forte. Okay, and then because the Italian composers at this time were very famous and very good for composing, other composers from other European countries started doing the same and copying what the Italians were doing, and started using the Italian language as well for dynamics, indications of tempo, for example, as well. So here we go. Today I'm gonna speak a bit of Italian here. So if the composer wants someone to play softly, I'm gonna write the letter P, which comes from the Italian word piano, means soft. It's like talking on our normal voice, okay? If the composer wants the interpreter to play loudly, he writes the letter F. Okay, but you have other gradations of softs and louds. In between, we have mezzo forte. And in between piano and mezzo forte, we have mezzo piano. And even quieter than piano, we have pianissimo. And even quieter, pianissimo. 3 P's. Even louder than forte, we have fortissimo. And even louder, fortissimo. And so we go. And you also have the crescendo and the crescendo sign, or diminuendo. What is it for? What is that? So you might have seen already this sign, yeah? Crescendo. It's opening. Crescendo means getting louder, but not suddenly, gradually getting louder. You see it's opening at the end like that. It's go open, 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 because you have more and more and more sound. The decrescendo diminuendo is gonna close, shut the sound, but gradually, okay? So those are the main indications of dynamic. You also have accents. You might have seen that already on notes, like when you have a note, and below the head of the note or above, depends of the direction of the stem, you have this sign. So it's to emphasize this note. So you're gonna play a bit louder. Okay? So that's it. Let's go to our workbook now. On our exercise 1, tick one box for each question. What is the Italian word for very loud? You think it's pianissimo, forte, or fortissimo? It's the double F, né? Fortissimo. because loud is forte. Very loud is fortissimo. Okay, what does mezzo piano mean? Remember, mezzo, like in the English word medium, something that's in between. Yeah, mezzo medium. So mezzo piano, moderately loud? No. Very quiet, like pianissimo? No. Moderately quiet. Good. Ah, what does P mean? P comes from the Italian word piano, which means quiet. If you go to Italy on a holiday, and sometimes you see Italian families talking to the children, piano, piano, in a restaurant, piano, piano, per favore. So quiet, quiet, please. Remember that. What does dim, that goes for diminuendo, mean? Gradually getting louder? Diminuendo, remember the word diminishing, okay? Gradually getting quieter or quieter? Gradually getting quieter. What Italian word does for MF stand for? Remember, mezzo forte. What is the Italian word for gradually getting louder? Diminuendo, no, because remember, diminishing. Forte means loud, so it is crescendo. Now it's time to talk about tempo or speed. Okay, you know where this indication of tempo in the music is, don't you? At the very beginning, above the stave, yeah? So like, let me get some book here. Let's get a piano view book. Let me get this here. For example, in this tune, A Family Gathering, we have this word moderato at the beginning of the music, at the top. That's an indication of tempo. Okay, so here on your workbook on page 47, the ones we have now for grade 1 are allegro. Allegro means happy, so it's quite exciting, it's fast. Allegretto, it's fairly quick. It's not so fast as allegro, but it's quite quick. Moderato, we just saw it, so it's at a medium moderate speed. Andante, this one I like to tell my peoples about, is at a walking pace, and I like to tell them to walk a little bit around the room. If you like, how do you go? Let's say you go for a walk or walk to school. Do you run? Or do you go very slowly? How is your normal pace on your daily life? Okay, like a comfortable pace, andante. Adagio means slow. Acelerando, getting faster and faster, but gradually. Rallentando and retardando. Usually they want, the composer won't write the whole word there, okay? You're gonna write like that, actually. Raw, okay? Or read. That's how they're gonna write, usually, okay? Means gradually getting slower. And a tempo means in time. So if you use the music, for example, there, the one we saw, it started at moderate pace, moderato, and in the middle, there is a rallentando, so you slow down the first part, and you go to the second part of the music. If you see written there, a tempo, means don't keep going slowing down. Go back to the first speed for the first indication of tempo, moderato, so you go back to moderato. Exercise 2. Tick one box for each question. What is the Italian word for quick? Adagio, andante, or allegro? The word adagio, which means slow speed, when I say this word for my pupils, I like to say this word when I pronounce it. It pronounces slowly, adagio, for them to understand that we remember in the exam, if adagio appears, they're gonna remember I was always talking when I pronounced this word, I would pronounce it slowly, adagio. Okay, so if you do that as well, you see how it works, these tips. If you're a teacher watching and do that with your pupils, you see how these little tricks help them in the exam. Andante is the walking pace. And then you can do the action with your pupils as well, walking around the room and say andante, 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 pronouncing when they step. I pronounce the syllables as well while they step. It helps as well for andante. And now allegro, I always say this word very excitedly, like allegro, allegro, for them to remember my voice in the exam. Allegro, allegro. So, what is the Italian word for quick? Allegro. What does andante mean? Slow, at a medium speed, or quick? At a medium speed. What does hit for retardando mean? Gradually getting quicker, slower, or slow. So this is one of the words that is gradually getting slower. What does adagio mean? Quick, fairly quick, or slow? Slow. What Italian word means gradually getting quicker? So we already know the two words with the letter R, rallentando and retardando, means the opposite, gradually getting slower. So it's not rallentando. And we know allegro is a speed for fast. So it is accelerando. What Italian word is used for fairly quick? Allegro is quick. Moderato is at medium pace, yeah? Allegretto. What does a tempo mean? Get quicker? No, this is acelerando. Time. In time. In time. Okay, more Italian words. Sometimes we see other Italian words there that are not related to the tempo, to the speed. For example, we have here cantabile. Cantabile cantabile is the adjective. The verb is cantare. You know, this is Italian music from old times. Cantare. Oh. Okay, can even sing this song for them because it sticks to their head and they're gonna remember, oh, my teacher sing cantare. Okay, if like for example a pianist, no, your people see their cantabile, what are you gonna do with that? It means that for him to copy the sound of the voice, to play the melody, smoothly, very smoothly, like it's always. I also like to ask, depending on the type of melody we have, of course, usually not the one from the Baroque style, but from the Romantic, even classical, and you have their cantabile. Ask them first to play the melody and ask them to sing along later. Yeah, we're gonna memorize it bit by bit and gonna sing it, and ask them to do this exercise at home of singing the melody they are learning and try to copy what they are singing on the piano when they are playing the melody on the piano. Okay, da capo, you might see written there da capo or the sign DC, which means from the beginning. Usually we're gonna have from da capo to the segno, but we don't have it here for this exam. Da capo to the segno, da capo to the sign. So you go from the beginning and play up till you see a sign. Or da capo to al fine. Fine, which we have for the exam, is end. This word can be a bit confusing for people who speak English because they read it as fine. and then they can mix up a bit with the meaning. And then you say, make sure you explain, pronounce it not fine, it's fine, and fine means end. This one is really important because they quite can get this mistaken, okay? So you can say finito, that's the end, finito, and do that with your hand. I like to use lots of expressions and imitations and comparisons as well with things from daily life, because they remember easily. So finito, that's the end of the lesson. The lesson is finita. Okay, so fine, the end. Okay, dolce, sweet. Legato, this one they might know already from the very beginning, no? Because especially legato and staccato, because legato is to play smoothly and staccato to play detached. Okay, that's it. Let's go for exercise 3. Tick one box for each question. So what we have here? What is the Italian word for sweetly? Fine, legato, or dolce? Dolce. What does cantabile mean? Smooth, in a singing style, or sweetly? What does staccato mean? Detached, accent, loud. If you see DC da capo, what should you do? Stop playing, repeat from the beginning, play in time. Repeat from the beginning. And that's all for today.